Hey there, aspiring guitarists. Today I want to talk about guitar spring cleaning. Now, spring's still a couple of weeks away, but I try to gear up. My mother used to tell me that cleaning out and uh, getting rid of things and reflecting on such every spring was a spiritual connection to God. And as the older I get, the more I believe she was correct. So, I've told you in some of my videos about whittling down my guitar collection, and you may think, boy, you sure don't look like you've done it, but I really have. Um, a lot of things have changed in this room. If you go back and look at some of my other videos, you'll see that I got rid of cases behind me, uh, put guitars there that were in other parts of the house, the guest bedroom, living room. Um, Over this shoulder, I put my table back in, my workstation table with, complete with the shop light. And then down on the floor, I've got, a lot of my cubby holes with different guitar parts, just like I've got over there. So it's a mess right now. And that's usually what happens when you devote some time to spring cleaning on anything. My wife has this rule she's been doing for a long time on clothing. Let's say she's going to buy a sweater. She'll tell herself, "Nah, I can't buy a sweater until I get rid of 3 to 5 items of clothing and give to a charity where they serve a good need or things like that." And I try to do that too, but the spring cleaning has evoked a couple of words. Um, all this stuff I found. I mean, I got, oh Lord, tuners galore. Um, and I got sound hole tuners um, and and tuners that fit on the top of the headstock. And I'm just, I'm obsessed with tuners. I want my guitars in tune, and I really like it when I have guitars that stay in tune. So that was one thing that I realized. I was like, you need to give some of these tuners away, man. You got way too many tuners, because almost every one of these acoustics, I have a sound hole tuner. If it doesn't have an onboard tuner on it, but that's not my point. I could do a video on tuners. My point is, if you do guitar spring cleaning, and I don't mean with a giant guitar collection, but I mean, do you have a drawer where you keep picks? Do you have a drawer where you have capos and strings, and or do you have a box or something where you put or your guitar stuff or books? Sheet music, songs, this, that. There's all kind of accessories that are related to the guitar. Um, just a few days ago, Diodero had a player's circle where they doubled the points, and I took advantage of that. And some of the cards I had laying around, I hadn't entered the. You buy a set of strings, they'll have on the back of the string package, or they'll give you a card if it's something else. Their player's circle, and you accumulate points, and you can buy things with them. You get extra benefits. I had enough. I actually bought an expandable pedal board, and y'all know I'm mostly an acoustic guy. I hadn't had a pedal board in a while, but there's a couple of pedals that I do like. Chorus delay, a volume pedal, a few things. I don't need a big pedal board. I've got a friend helping me with that. But when I was doing all this, and I'm still doing it, as you can see, some of the things that came to mind about the past year for me, uh, with my guitar journey, are two words that I think are very important to having a good guitar journey. Now, I'm always skeptic of these things. A lot of times they're clickbait. The one thing to do that, one this, two, 5 rules 10 this, and we got a number of things and stuff, but I think these are two action words that can take you a long way, no matter where you are with guitar. Um, I hope a lot of my little guitar tips, chord progressions, uh, what little bit I do on scales, arpeggios, power chords, different things I touch into, that they help you get past frustration or being stumped. So I got two words that came to mind during my guitar spring cleaning that I think will help you. The first word, and I could have inverted the words, but they're action words. They're words that to me invoke you to action, to do something. And I know a lot of people, if I said guess the word, would have said, but you're going to say practice. Well, I'm not. Um, practice Practice makes perfect. We all know all the different sayings about practice. But then you can get into the weeds. How long to practice? How much? Are you practicing the wrong things over and over again and making it worse? I mean, spice of life. Practice is unbelievably important. I devote and defining what practice is. Is practice noodling? Is practice um, uh, doing chord progressions? Is it trying to get your scales and add the ability to pick up and down and to break it up into parts? And but you can go on and on about practice for forever, amen. But my word is not practice. Let's just go ahead and establish practice is important, and probably this word might help you define how you're going to practice if you'll start thinking about this word. And the word is explore. Explore. How did ancient civilization find new things, new continents, how did we get to the moon? We're explorers. I know I've been there. I know how frustrating it can be to hit a plateau in guitar and you think, well, I'm going nowhere. And don't be scared to screw up, because you're not screwing up. I mean, do one of the things, explore chords. You make a D chord. You've heard me talk about adding licks, dropping the pinky, a G chord, beautiful. How you gonna lead into, what about the beginning of a song? Can you play around? Doesn't matter if you screw up. You're not screwing up. Explore. You're up here making a C chord. Well, this ring finger up here at the top, break off from it. Do things in chunks. Explore. Start out in chunks of 2, 3. Can you get 3 notes in a little riff? Explore. Don't be scared to strum a chord and move the chord. D plays beautifully all over the neck. I mean, y'all have heard me talk about chord voicings, and I enjoy music theory, but I don't let music theory send me down a rabbit hole. And gosh knows it can if you have a unhealthy approach to it. There's people that will throw music theory up in your face. Y'all have heard me talk about how important it is to learn the musical alphabet, that I will even stop teaching a student if they won't learn at least that, because we learn how to move chords up and down the neck with the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, repeat, and think E, F, G, A, B, C, and on to the octaves and all those things that will teach you a little more and will open up things. But don't forget to explore. I don't want my music, the time that I spend creating. Practice is one thing. I mean, I devote a certain amount of day uh, to playing some scales and some chord progressions. Um, yeah, I've been doing it over 50 years and I still do it. I try to perfect it. I try to make my notes more pronounced when I strum a chord. It's practice. I may only practice 10 minutes in a day. I very seldom practice more than 15. That doesn't mean that works for you. You may need longer, you may need less. But I do spend a good amount of time with creativity, um, trying to explore. Just like what I showed you, I'll break things down in chunks, notes, and well, let's throw two notes here. Let's throw three. Let's go. Uh, let's go up. Let's go to higher notes. Now let's go back to lower notes. So let's move down two strings. You know, and you'll see tons of tips on YouTube that will divide the strings up in parts of the fretboard and pentatonic boxes and this kind of strategy and that and all that's good, but and take advantage of them, but explore. You know, you can you can embark on something as simple as listening to Happy Birthday and go do a YouTube um, guitar search for Happy Birthday on the guitar and listen to it, watch them play it, then try to do it by yourself and see if you can find the notes for Happy Birthday to you and just move around. And you know what? Yeah, you're going to get a little frustrated. Then you may have to go back to the video. But I'm telling you, don't get so wrapped up in tabs. Don't get so wrapped up in sheet music. Don't get so wrapped up in 1-4-5 chord progressions that you forget to explore and be creative. Now, the second word that I think, and I'm going to end it on this word, the second word that I think will help your guitar journey and your spring cleaning evaluation, even if it's just a spring cleaning of your thoughts and path of the guitar journey. It's tied with exploring, and that is gratitude. Be grateful that the guitar just continues to give. I've said it over and over again. I'm not going to master the guitar. I don't want to, because the guitar continues to give. That's where the exploration comes in. So just something to think about as you do your guitar spring cleaning, or you consider maybe I should do a spring cleaner. No, I'm not doing that. That's, it's your guitar journey. These are just thoughts and suggestions. So anyway, I hope that guitar journey is blessed. I hope if you want to explore, that you do explore. And I do hope that you find gratitude in the guitar journey, or whatever things you can help others with. Be creative, pass to explore, and remember that leads to gratitude. So, hey, I hope you have a blessed guitar journey. And like I always say, and I mean it, happy picking.